The alarm company calls, the police show up, the monitoring station can't figure it out, your security company can't figure it out, or they won't come figure it out and they won't help you with false alarms caused by these. This is a fix. Let's talk about that for just a minute. So this is advice from somebody who's been in the security industry for 20 years. I'm going to share a couple of quick stories. Actually, before I share the stories, let me tell you a couple things that will set off false alarms on motion sensors that you need to know about. A couple of them are real simple. But listen, sometimes you have an installer, you may have done a DIY system, came in and did it yourself, or you may have an inexperienced installer come in. Quite honestly, they just, they had a bad day, they were new, didn't know what they were doing, they didn't really understand some of the problems with these. And so when your system got installed, it was really not done properly just because they didn't check the surrounding area for the things that can set them off. This is a limited technology. These are the old PIR motion sensors. I shouldn't say they're old. This is actually the newer version of the PET immune infrared motion sensors. And what motion sensors look for is they look for changes, drastic changes or quick changes in heat. It really is not a motion sensor. That's kind of a misnomer when they say a motion sensor. What this is really an infrared sensor. And it's got a single, really, just to dumb it down, a single technology. Lots of things will set these off, okay? First of all, you get low batteries, they don't function properly, that will send bad signals. That's one of the main things. If you had the system for a little while, it's not brand new, you start getting motion notifications that you were unaware of, check your batteries. A lot of times it's that. Check and see if something has moved inside the house, something's new. There's something that could be reflective that's setting things off that wasn't there before. Maybe you set a couch now where your dog can get on top of your couch, or sometimes rodents will set them off. It's so rare. I mean, literally a squirrel or a mouse has got to be doing a pull-up on the front edge of this thing, right on the front edge to set it off. Small animals, small rodents, your small cats, your small dogs will not set it off. There's different ratings on these. Average is about 60 pounds. So if your pet's below 60 pounds and they can't jump up on the couch or jump up on the table while you're gone, they generally cannot set them off. A lot of times when you're having false alarms, it's something much more problematic or frustrating. And I'm going to share with you why you will probably need one of these and why your monitoring company or your security company, a lot of times they won't be able to help you. Especially nowadays, a lot of people are not doing service calls very well. So you've had these go off repetitively. It's a problem inside your home, problem inside your business, problem inside your rental property. You can't figure out what it is. It happens, maybe once a night sometimes, maybe 3 times a week. And what made me remember this are the 3 stories that I want to tell you. What made me remember this is we just put a system into a very large commercial facility. And every night we were getting false alarms. And so I went back out there and they had put an air handler at one of the doors, and I did not see the air handler previously. The door was closed when we installed the system. The air handler was moving hot air off of a server room and blowing it right out into the hallway. And I went, aha, that's the culprit, because it was hot air. Like we've seen this happen over the years where extremely hot air moving quickly after you've had a cold environment will set these off, because again, it's looking for motion, it's looking for changes in temperature. I thought that's the problem, took the motion sensor down, moved it to the middle of the room, and then that same night we had another false alarm, and I'm thinking, what is going on in this place? And I remembered something that happened to us like maybe 15 or 16 years ago. Long time ago in a warehouse, because this is a large commercial building, but the front's offices, the back half is an actual warehouse. And so I thought, man, maybe there's birds or bats in here, because birds or bats can fly right in front of a motion sensor and it appears much larger than it is. And if they're flying in front of it, because one of our installers had been inside the warehouse and they had seen birds in there. So very probable, right? Okay, we got birds or bats. So go back out there and, assuming that's what the problem is, birds or bats, right? So I decided before I go out there, I'm like, something, it's an hour and a half away. I really do not want to have to make return trips. Rather than moving it one more time and assuming it's birds or bats, I am going to get the dual technology. And I'm just going to move the other motion sensors out. I'm going to put the dual technology in. And we're going to know for sure if it's birds or bats or if it's something else. So listen, if you're having lots of false alarms and you don't know what it is, you've tried everything. You've moved them out. You've checked for airflow. You've checked for fans. You've checked for stuff moving around. You check for rodents. You check for things that can do pull-ups off the front edge of this. You've checked everything you can, and something is setting it off. And you're like, just throw up hands. I just give up. I quit. I don't know what to do. This is your fix. Now, a lot of security companies will not know what the dual technology is. Quite honestly, they're not trained. The salespeople are not trained. If you have an environment, it's a rough environment, and there are potentially air draft, air handlers, things moving around inside the building that are going to set it off, and you've had the problem with it setting it off, or you've tried to call your security company, they don't give a crap about helping you, and you still got the problem, right? You still got false alarms. Matter of fact, depending on where you live, you might be getting charged for those false alarms. Very, very common for a lot of municipalities to ding you for that. Please come out. They're wasting their time, and you get charged for it. So let me tell you what this dual technology is. And this is the one that we prefer. It's made by DSC. It is a PIR and a MW. And what that is the same PIR that is in this. Okay, it does see an infrared signal. It's also got microwave, and the microwave also emits and bounces and sees a signal. So what it is, it's looking for a mirroring signal. So if you have a burst of air, you have an air handler, something that moves air around inside the facility, you have heat and cold, and you just can't figure out what it is. What this technology does is it sends a PIR out, bouncing back, looking for an image. Microwave doing the same thing, looking for an image. Then the images have to match. It has to be, so then it's not just motion, right? It's also a microwave, kind of like what you, here's the best way I can explain it. Kind of like the image that cops are getting off of the radar guns that they're using. It's another image coming back. So it looks for the PIR image, it looks for the microwave image, and then if those images mirror each other, then you know you have an actual object. You have something that's real, something that's tangible, whether it be a bird, a bat, a dog, a cat, a large animal, or a person that's sneaking in at night. This technology almost 100% of the time stops false alarms. We had another customer out in California, same thing. They called us and they were saying, hey, I keep getting off of one of these. I keep getting false alarms. I keep getting false alarms. Keep getting false alarms. Now, we don't do a lot of installations for residential anymore. We just, it's too inexpensive for people to just go do it themselves. They save money. They don't have to have a contract. And if they don't have a contract and they want to save money, then do it yourself. It's pretty easy. We helped them by process of elimination realize that they were having a wall across from where the motion sensor was. When the sun would come in, it would heat up quickly. The sun was coming in through some type of a window, heating up the wall. This would see the large change in heat, set it off. We figured that out over the phone. Took us a couple tries. We've also had years ago, like I said, where bats were in the building. We figured that out. We finally crawled up in the top part of this commercial building with lights, found the guano, and realized that at night bats were flying around in front of these. Now look, what will happen if you've got something flying around, you've got bats getting inside the warehouse, you've got bats getting inside someplace where this is actually going to get a picture of it. It's going to bounce back off the PIR. It's also going to get a microwave signal. At that point, you know, hey, we've got something getting inside the building. We got something getting inside the home. We got somebody sneaking in. Somebody's actually setting this off. This dual technology is phenomenal. So if you got a security company having problems with motion sensors, can't get them to come out and fix it, well, first of all, you can call us. Hey, please like and subscribe, by the way. SecurityAllStar.com. Like and subscribe if you want another security company to help you. We can take over lots of systems. But hold their feet to the fire and say, look, this thing is costing me money. It's costing me time. I can't sleep, or I'm gone and it's going off. Get me the DSC dual technology PIR and microwave motion detector. They're expensive. They might cost you $200, okay? These are a lot less. These are, I think we sell them for $45. So it's a whole lot more money, but it will stop that nonsense. Guaranteed to work. And if you're still getting false alarms, that means something is in there. Something is setting it off. Some mirrored image is causing that conflict. And then you need to get cameras and find out what's going on. Hey, please like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. And we got a couple more videos coming in about taking over systems. Maybe you bought a house with a system. I want to talk to you about that too.